As you probably realized by the thumbnail and the title of this video, we are going to spend 1 week with each other reading Christmas novels. Backstory of what I'm doing this. Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. I've been in love with Christmas vibes since I was a very tiny child. One of my biggest dreams was one day moving to the US and being able to celebrate Christmas. Let's just say that did not happen, and in my country, we do not celebrate Christmas. Christmas is not a thing here, and our New Year is not until 3 months from now. So Christmas is just not a thing here, but I am still that person who is obsessed with Christmas vibes and just wants to have that Christmas experience. I don't have a tree, I certainly don't have the foods, but what I do have is books. And books are the best devices to experience things that you could never experience in your real life. And for me, that includes Christmas. And that is why every year around Christmas, I start watching Christmas vlogs, I saw Christmas movies, and I read Christmas books. Last year, I think I did 5 Christmas books, and I loved each and every one of them. It was such a great experience for me. I didn't have this channel, so it was just me in my room reading Christmas books, being hopeful that one day I might go somewhere that I can see Christmas in front of me. And now this year we're going to replicate that, but I'm going to have you to talk about. And you are the expert in Christmas, so that's going to make the mood even better. Okay? I wanted to give you a list of books that I want to read, but I have experience from my other vlogs, and I know that I am not one to stick with plans. I'm a mood reader. I read one book, then I decide that no, that book that's on the list is not interesting me anymore. Then I change it and it's just going to be all messed up. So we're going to take this one book at a time. Okay, I'm going to pick one book, read it, enjoy it, then decide what I want to read next. But I do know where I want to start. Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. The book that everybody is going to read this year for Christmas, I'm sure. I haven't listened to any of the reviews because I didn't want to know what it's about. I'm not going to read the summary either because I'm the person whose experience gets ruined when I read the summary. I'm just waiting for that thing that the summary pointed to happen, and it just ruins the experience for me. Not gonna do that. I'm just going to dive right into this book and update you about how it's going. Okay? That's what we're going to do with each other this week. It's going to be so much fun, hopefully. Come with me to this beautiful journey and Christmassy vibes that we're going to have together. Okay? Let's go. Guys, this book is just flying by. I'm just flying through the pages and I'm enjoying it so much, which is such breath of fresh air because, oh my god, I've been in a reading slump for more than 1 month and I haven't finished a book in a month, I think. So it's very fun that I'm reading a book. I just feel like I want to read more and more and more, and I just keep turning the pages. That's great. I am realizing that I like magical realism. I thought I was not a fan of it, but considering the fact that my favorite book of last year was What the Wind Knows by Amy Harmon, and that one is also a magical realism one, based in Ireland. I'm assuming that I like that. I also love The 7 Year Slip. So I think that I love magical realism. I just didn't know that I loved magical realism. So this book is about Harriet. Harriet has an antique shop. She is a total people pleaser. So at every moment of her life that we're following, she's trying to realize what other people around her need and trying to provide them with whatever it is that they need. Either it's a physical thing, it's help, it's emotional support. She just tries to be there for everybody. And she's such a silver lining, half full of the glass kind of person that I'm just shocked because honestly, I've never met somebody that is this positive. Uh, Other than that, Harriet reminds me so much of myself. I was always like Harriet. Like Harriet, I am always, boy, am we talking about it in past tense. I'm always trying to be the good girl of the family, trying to help my parents, my family members, give them everything that they want. I'm always predicting what it is that somebody wants, even if they haven't asked me. I'm trying to make everybody happy, find a way to keep everybody calm and don't make anybody sad or angry or mad. So when I read Harriet doing those stuff, I'm like, oh, girl, don't do that. Don't, just stop. Try to find a way that makes you happy. Even though I'm the exact same way. God. The only difference that I have with Harriet, because she's also a romantic person like me, is the silver lining thing. Because she always tries to find the positive view and is always like, okay, the future is going to be better. I'm a depressed person with severe anxiety who thinks that everything is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. So we're not similar at all in that aspect, but in every other thing, she's just me. She is me. And then we have Harriet with the antique shop, and one day a man shows up in her house, and that man is the ghost of Christmas past. But he's very hot, very cute, and they just start bantering from the moment they meet. The banter starts immediately, and he's Irish. So the narrator reads his lines with an Irish accent, and I'm coming to realize that I love an Irish accent. I thought I didn't, okay? I was one of those people who thought if I ever want to listen to an audiobook and it is with an Irish accent, I'm going to skip the audiobook because English is not my first language, and I thought different accents would make my understanding of it less. But I'm just realizing that apparently I love Irish accents and I find it sexy. Who would have thought? Nolan is a very sexy man, and the chemistry between these two? I haven't read a chemistry this good for a very long time. They meet, and boom, you see the chemistry. They have so much chemistry. The vibes between them is crazy. And from the very first, I've read 50% of it, so from the very first pages of the book, they're so touchy with each other. And it's not like it's intentional or in a sexual way, it's just that there's something between them that makes someone just touch each other for comfort. There's always a part of them touching. He touches her back, her hair, her shoulder, her hand, and she touches his back when he's never. They're just touching all the time, and sometimes that's creepy in books. You're like, you don't know each other that well. Why are you touching her? But in this one, it's such a sweet. They just can't take their hands off of each other kind of vibe, and I love that for them. I think they're soulmates, and they're so beautiful with each other. They have such a beautiful, easy, sweet, supportive relationship, even though supposedly he's on this mission as the ghost of Christmas past because Harriet has done something very wrong, and in order for her soul to be redeemed, he has to take her to her past, and they watch these memories of her together to realize, okay, what was it that she did? And they can't just figure it out because Harriet is such a good person who only does kind and sweet things, and she has done nothing wrong, but they're like, okay, we need to figure out what's going on. But they just have this beautiful chemistry, and I love watching them with each other. I'm sure I'm going to just finish this book today. Okay, there's no way that I'm not going to finish this book. I just, I hate to read this book fast because I don't want to be done with it. I want to be with Harriet and Nolan more. I love visiting the antique shop. I love the fact that Harriet is just wearing Christmas pajamas all the time when she's home. I love being in her home. I love watching them talk and go through their daily lives with each other. I love the fact that he's a cat lover. Okay, if a man loves cats, that's a positive for me. That's a big green flag. I love this book. I don't want to be done with this book, but I have to finish it because I want to move on to the next books. Ooh, it's a dilemma. It's a dilemma. I will update you later on. Guess who finished the book in one day? That's me. After a month of not reading any books, I read one Christmas novel in one single day. I am beyond happy. I'm hoping that this vlog is going to cure my reading slump. And oh my god, let's talk about good spirits, okay? Let's just do it. 5 stars. That's what I needed to say first. 5 stars. I loved every single page of this book. I enjoyed every single sentence of it. I loved these two characters. I loved them when we were not together. I loved them when we were together. I loved them when they had disagreements. I loved them when they were having moments in bed. Harriet and Nolan are one of those characters that I might forget when we go to the next year and the next one, okay? But every time I do remember them, I'm going to remember this sweet bond between them. It was like their souls completed each other and they were built for each other, okay? I was so sad at some points of this book after the time that I updated you, around 60% or something. There are some scenes that Nolan reminds me of my ex, and if you have been here in the few vlogs that I had before, you know that that's a sore spot. When men in books remind me of my ex, that's a trigger. I don't want to talk about it, it's fine. So that made me really sad, but other than that, they just made me smile and believe that love exists. Okay, these two people being written by an author made me believe that maybe love really does exist and I'm going to find it, and love can be a healthy one. Because a lot of the times we watch characters that we love and we believe that they're perfect with each other, but they're not healthy. Okay, you can see their relationship, you can see that they're soulmates, they're built with each other, they're built for each other, they have great chemistry, but you can also acknowledge the fact that this relationship is not healthy. I'm going to mention one book, People Watching. I love that one. It's a long story. One of the ones that reminded me of my ex is that book. But I knew that even though I love these two people together, they will never have a healthy relationship. Okay, there are going to be a lot of problems, but these two, perfect, healthy. They communicated so well. They gave each other wings to fly. They helped each other with their confidence. They reminded each other of their strengths. There were a lot of the times in this book that Nolan reminded me, Harriet, of her worth and her beauty and her kindness. And he reminded her that she doesn't need to try so hard to please everybody and make everybody love her. And it is okay if other people are not satisfied with her, as long as she is happy with what she's doing. And he didn't do it in a very in our face way that made the book feel like it's trying to prove a point and be something of a lesson. It was done in such an organic way that I loved. Okay, it was such a sweet experience. I loved the way it ended and where all the mystery, like mysteries in this book led to, what this whole point of this whole ghost thing was. I don't want to spoil anything. I just loved everything. And I'm going to add as a bonus, there's a cat in this book named Oliver. It's an orange cat. Love that she was there. I'm a cat person, and anytime there's a cat in a book, that's a bonus point for me. So I loved that. I loved the side characters too. There were not that many of them, but they were done very interestingly. So love to see what the next book is about. I think this series has a lot of ways to expand because you have built this whole world and you can just go everywhere with it. I cannot wait to see where the next books lead. We're going to wait 1 year. That's a lot. But I'm going to love that. I loved her writing, so I think I'm going to try to read other books by her. I know that she has a very famous series that has been on my TBR for a very long time. It's also a Christmas themed one. I'm not going to read it in this vlog. I'm going to just keep testing different authors, but I'm going to probably visit her later on. I just wanted you to know that this book was 5 stars. It was amazing. I'm going to ramble on if I continue talking, so I'm going to stop there. Just know that this book is great. Give it a shot, please. It's amazing. So at the end of every book, I'm going to do something. I'm going to rate the book 5 stars. I'm going to rate the Christmas vibes, which was 4. 3. Yeah, I'm going to say 3. Even though it was a Christmas one, the focus was not on the Christmas itself. It was around Christmas, and it was because of the Christmas ghost that we had this story. But I didn't get that Christmas decorating trees, baking cookies kind of vibe. Okay, I'm going to give it 3.5. Let's be fair. And I'm going to rate the romance between these two characters 5. It was amazing. That's it. That's the rankings. I'm going to move on to the next book now. Um, there's a series of books that came out this year about Christmas. This is a series of Christmas novels. Each book is by a different author, and they all, I think, take place in the same town. Okay. It's called Hideaway Harbor. It has 6 books. I knew I didn't have time to read all 6 of them, so I just randomly picked the third one. I don't know, it was in the middle, it had good ratings, and I just found it on my library app, so I picked it up. It's called The Holiday Whoopee by Sarah L. Hudson. All the covers give such a Christmas vibe. And honestly, I want to read all of them, if I'm honest. But I'm going to read the third one, and if I really love them, maybe I will try reading the other ones. Sorry, I get distracted. I might give them all a chance after this vlog ends. Right now, I'm going to read the third one, and hopefully, I'm going to have another great experience. Thank you, good spirits. Thank you, good spirits, for starting this vlog in a very beautiful, positive way. And now let's get into our second book with a very beautiful Christmas cover. Okay, I'll update you later. let me update you on the holiday movie. So I loved Good Spirits and I gave it 5 stars because it was amazing, but it was missing that Christmas feeling that I was waiting for. You know, my favorite kind is when it's a very small town obsessed with Christmas, like Stars Hollow. And it's a very small, tight knit community working around, working with each other, decorating the town. Christmas vibes are everywhere. You can go to the cafe and drink something Christmas related, or go to the, I don't know, town gazebo and watch everything. You get the gist. And that was missing from Good Spirits because it was a love story at the end of the day. But the Holiday Whoopee is the ultimate Christmas book that I was waiting for. Okay, it's a very small town called Hideaway Harbor. Our FMC Audrey is a baker there, which is a very great role to give somebody you want to play in a Christmas book. And our MMC is someone from out of town, Jack. He's from Hollywood. He's a lawyer. And we start the book at the very first time he sets his foot in this town, and everywhere is decorated crazy. And Audrey is just giving away Christmas related pastries. And he's like, he's just out of the plane. He's grumpy. He's like a Grinch. It's like, what the hell is going on with this town? And why are they so cheery? And everywhere is Christmas like. Audrey hears that. She's very, very mad. And then later on, I'm right now 60% into the book. Very early on, Jack starts to melt into this beautiful town with great family friend vibes. It has the exact Gilmore Girl vibes that I wanted. The town is as crazy as Stars Hollow was. And it's so great. I love spending time in this bakery. Baking is my love language. So if I love somebody, I'm going to bake for them. That's just my love language, and it is what calms me down. When I have anxiety, I just go bake. And reading these baking scenes is just so satisfying for me. My cat is here too, biting me. Why are you biting me? And I love the relationship between Audrey and Jack, but what I'm more excited about is the town and watching all these Christmas events, and everything is just great. I am so happy I picked this book up. It's satisfying me so much. It's so, so, so great. I was so excited about it that last night I called my mom and was like, Mom, please find a restaurant or something with just a Christmas tree in it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just need to see a Christmas tree up front. And we went to a restaurant. I put the videos here probably. Even though it was not like Christmas, but it had some touches of Christmas, and that was enough for me. I love Hideaway Harbor. I love the Christmas Whoopee. It's great. If you haven't read it, please do, especially if you want that small town Christmas vibes. Amazing. It's amazing. I just read a scene that has some reindeers in it. I was in the car listening to that scene. I was on my way to that restaurant, sitting next to my mom, and I just chuckled out loud because that was such a funny scene. I'm loving this book. It is all I wanted. It is making me happy, which is something very hard to do. It's making me enjoy it and be happy and cheery, and I'm loving that. I'm probably going to update you when I'm done with it because it's such a quick read. I'm just flying through it. It's amazing. See you later. Me so much. Look at him. Mom? Hey, baby. Stop that. Let go. Who you? Who you? guys, first of all, I'm in full Christmas mode. Look at my sweater. Now look at my pajamas. See? I'm ready to celebrate Christmas. Okay? Okay. And I hate to tell you, but I'm done with the holiday whoopee. I really didn't want to be done with this book. I was enjoying it so much. I was like, no, I want to stay in this book. Why are you making me leave? I was kicking and screaming, being dragged out of this book. That's how much I loved this book, okay? No book that I'm going to read from now on in this vlog is going to top this one. It was everything that I wanted. Every single thing that I wanted from a Christmas novel was here. Great relationship, check. Great banter, check. Christmas vibes, check. A small town who's obsessed with Christmas, check. Funny characters, check. A dog, check. And a bakery. It had every single thing that I wanted. I'm going to give it 5 stars. I would have given it 6 if I could. It was exactly what I wanted and what I imagined when I started this vlog. It was so great, guys. The more I read, the more I loved this book, the more I loved spending time in this book. And I cannot wait to find the time to just read the other books in this series. It was so good, and I cannot wait to read the rest of it. I know that Christmas is just going to pass me by, and I'm going to be reading Christmas books after Christmas, because this book was that good. I really loved these two people next to each other. Audrey and Jack were amazing. I'm not saying they were soulmates, they are not on that level, but they just worked really good with each other, and they brought out the best at each other, and they made the other one want to live more. Instead of just working, they were like, okay, take a deep breath, enjoy life with me. And they worked really perfectly. I love seeing her bake. That was really great. And I love seeing this tight-knit community of small town that reminded me so much of Stars Hollow. Overall, I just really loved this experience. It was such a good book, and I just thank you. Thank you for putting this book on my radar. I don't know how I found it. It was such an accident, and it was such a great accident. Thank God I read this book at this time. It was really, really amazing. I'm giving it 5 stars. I'm rating the Christmas vibes 5. Oh my god, no book is going to top this. The vibes were chef's kiss. I'm rating the romance between these two 4. Yes, I'm going to rate the romance between these two 4. They were not soulmate level, but they were good enough. Okay, loved this book. I cannot believe that I'm going to move on to another book. God, I wish this vlog was just me reading this series, the Hideaway Harbor series, but it's not, and there are still a lot of great books out there, so let's try and find another one. The next one I'm going to read is the book that everybody is talking about, the 3rd book in that series that was really popular. I don't remember the names now. The 3rd book is called The Christmas Tree Farm by Lori Gilmore. Of course, it's a hint at Lorelai and Rory Gilmore. It's a hint at Gilmore Girls. It's fine. I'm going to take it as a good sign that I'm probably going to like this book, because it got aspiration from that. And let's hope that we're going to find another book that I'm going to love and adore. Thank you so much to the holiday whoopee. Loved you. Thank you. It was an amazing book. Read it, guys. It was really great. I'm DNFing this book. Sorry, that was a very weird way to start, but I'm DNFing this book. I can't. I wanted to, I tried to push through, I got to 25% in, and I'm just tapping out. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave this book for the people that love it. It couldn't be me. The writing is really awful, in my opinion. Don't be mad at me. If you like it, great for you. I love people to love books. But for me, the writing is really, really annoying. I can't count the times that a character said "ach," and the audiobook narrator just said it again and again and again and again, and I saw that word again and again and again and again. And again. Leave me alone. That shouldn't be repeated that many times in your book. And I didn't like the girl's voice. So there's two. I don't even remember her name. Kira. Yeah, her name's Kira. I didn't like the way she spoke, and I didn't like the way she narrated the story to us. I felt that she was pretentious and rude, and I didn't like her. I couldn't care less about the boy. I don't even remember his name, whatever it was. It was just not good. I was not enjoying it, and I thought Christmas is supposed to be a fun time, and this video is supposed to be a fun way for me to find Christmas books that I love and have fun. So I'm going to DNF that book. I'm sorry, but I am. I'm just going to move to another book. It's very late, so I'm going to head to bed. And while I'm in bed, I think I'm going to pick another book to read. I'm going to tell you about it tomorrow when I've started it. But right now, I just wanted you to know that I've DNF'd it so I can move on to the next book. Sorry, if you like this book, great for you. I don't think I'm the right audience for it. That's it. Okay, see you tomorrow. Last night, after DNFing the Christmas Tree Farm, I realized that I'm really fed up with straight relationships. No disrespect to the straight people out there. More power to you. It's just that I'm a bisexual who's so much more into women than men, and sometimes all I want in my books is sapphic tension. And I was just craving that. So I decided to reread Set the Record Straight by Hannah Bonham Young. And here we are now. It's a novella, so I started it last night and I finished it a few minutes ago. I read this book last year for the first time and I enjoyed it so much, but I was reading like 2 Christmas novels a day last year. It was a crazy time. My mental state was crazy and I was detaching by reading Christmas novels. My mental state is still not okay, but I'm not avoiding it by reading books now, and I have a lot of studies to do, so I'm doing 1 book each 2 days. So I'm not that fast and I can focus more on my books. I said all of that to say I read Set the Record Straight again. So this one is about our 2 girls, Claire and Evan. Claire and Evan. Evan is an autistic person, a gay one, and Claire is the ADHD girl who thinks she's straight. And at the beginning of the book, Evan has broken up with her longtime girlfriend, and Claire is recently hired for a job for a photographer that is her idol and has been her idol for a very long time. That idol accidentally believes that Claire is gay because of some hints that Claire made to a selection of hers that was about a sapphic relationship. So she believes that Claire has a girlfriend and Claire doesn't want to correct her. And Evan has to go to this faculty meeting because she works at a school that her ex is also at and hosting it. So they decide, okay, let's fake date each other. They're best friends. They have been friends since they were 9. They decide that, okay, let's fake date each other so that we can get out of both of these situations. Evan, the sapphic girl, has had a crush on Claire since they were 9, and Claire believes that she's 100% straight. That was me a few years ago. And, they start talking to each other very, very soon because this is a novella. Claire realizes that, oops, maybe I do like girls, and they're together. It's such a beautiful book. I love the fact that they're over communicative. They're at that straight. They're very, very healthy communicators, and they do it overtly because I don't know, both of them are really honest. And Evan, because of her autism, needs that honesty, and Claire knows that, so they're really honest with each other. And I love that about it. I love the fact that Claire knew Evan so much that she knew at each time what she needed. So when she got overwhelmed, Claire knew exactly how to calm her down. And Evan was really insecure about her emotions and all the things that she needed at times. And Claire was like, no, they are the beautiful part of you. It's okay. And I loved that for them. I like the spicy scenes. There are some, and they're beautiful. Loved that. And another thing that she touched on, which was very amazing, and I was not really expecting that from a Christmas novella, was that Evan's family is really, really, really religious. So when Evan was 18 and she came out to her parents, they threw her out. That hurts a lot for me because I know that if I do that at any time, probably the same thing is going to happen to me. Let's not get emotional and sad. It really hurt Evan, and it was Claire's family that took her in. So I like the fact that in this book they go back to that small town of theirs, to Claire's family house, and it's sort of healing for Evan to process that emotions that she had at 18 and be able to talk about them with Claire. I just love that for her, and I really, really hope for a world in which we can be free as queer people and we don't have to miss our families because they couldn't accept us as the people that we are. I can't believe that we are not at that point yet, but we really are not. And in my country, well, being queer is illegal and it can get you killed. So let's hope that we all get to a better place. I'm going to give this book 5 stars because I love it. I even loved it more in the second time I read it. So it was great. I'm giving it 5 stars. For the Christmas vibes, I'm going to give it 5 stars because it was all about Christmas. And I'm going to rate the romance between these two girls 5 stars. Come on, they're two lesbians falling in love, having sapphic sex. Come on, I'm going to give that 5 stars. It's very, very easy for me to give a sapphic relationship 5 stars. You should have some basic things and you're good. Enjoyed that. I love that. It was a quick read. It gave me a very good mood. And now I'm going to move on to the last book that I'm going to read in this vlog. And that is, hold on, let me find the name. It is called Grace and Henry's Holiday Movie Marathon. I think we get a lot of things by the name. I wish the name of the book was a little bit more discreet. But I guess let's see how that movie marathon goes. I'll update you later. 40% into this book. Not what I was expecting. I read that title and I thought, okay, this is a very sweet, cute, fun little book about two people watching Christmas movies, right? Wrong. Okay, so we opened the book with Grace, and Grace is a mother of two children, a boy and a girl, and we start the book at her husband's funeral. Not what I was expecting from a Christmas romance novel. Okay, that's that. And then, so we have Grace and Henry. Grace is that person, and Henry has lost his wife in that same day, the year that they are. This is the first Christmas for both of them, and he has lost his wife to a plane crash. And yeah, they're both widowed and very sad because they both loved their spouses, and their families, so their moms basically, decided that okay, our children are very sad, they have lost someone very important to them, so we should just set them up. And they sent Henry to Grace's mom's house to fix the Wi-Fi, even though the Wi-Fi is completely fine. And they get to talking in the yard about their spouses and how the experience is really hard and nobody really understands it and can talk to them about it in the right way. And they start bonding about that. So right now I'm at 40%. They keep talking to each other, texting or talking on the phone. That was a very weird accent. And they have started to watch one or two movies that Henry used to watch with his wife. They had a Christmas movie marathon when she was alive. And yeah, we're just watching two people grieving in the first Christmas without the love of their lives and relying at each other for support. Henry is really, really bonding with these children. That was a very nice thing to see, that these children are getting the sense that they can rely on Henry. And I explained it in a weird way. Yes, we do open the book on the funeral, but the book is not just like a week after the funeral, these two are being set up on dates. No, that's a prologue type of thing that they go and they get a dog. And that dog he's a very comedic relief of the story. His name is Harry Styles. And yeah, then we have a time jump and we have Henry and Grace meeting and stuff. So I'm enjoying it. I'm going to finish it. It's not something that I'm like, okay, I don't want to read these. It's just really heavy. I didn't think Christmas novels were heavy. I thought they were rom-coms, fun books. And this one is deeper and sadder. But it's very beautifully written and it explores grief in a very gentle way that doesn't hurt you, but it gives you some perspective on it, you know? So I'm loving it. Let's see what Grace and Henry have for me and how the rest of the story is going to go. I'm done with the book. What a weird experience it was. Okay, how should I talk about this? These two people kept talking to each other about their spouses and the grief that they felt after them, the experience of them falling in love, and how the final days were, and all those heavy stuff. And then at some point, I don't know, I think Henry fell in love with Grace, and Grace was like, oh, I would like to kiss him. The reason I'm talking like this is because I didn't see it. I saw that Henry was in love with those kids. Okay, I really believe that Henry loved those children like they were his own. I could see that so easily and it was very beautiful. I loved that the kids were able to rely on him in a way that I think they were not able to rely on Grace. Because they could see that Grace was also grieving their dad, Tim, but and they didn't want to add to that, at least unconsciously. So they acted fine in front of her, but when Henry was there, they were just able to be kids and fall apart about the fact that they lost their dad. And I really enjoyed that part of the story. I just did not see the relationship between Grace and Henry. I believe that they were trauma bonding over something that happened to them. I really believe that. And I believe that they just wanted that stability and being able to rely on somebody that understands them. And that's why they attached to each other. I did not see the chemistry at all. I didn't see the romance. I just didn't see it. And there's even a point in this book that Henry is confessing his love for Grace, and he's like, okay, I love your dog, I love your children, I love your house, I love your bar, and I love you. And it's like, she's the even Grace says it. It's like, I'm the fourth one in that list. I just didn't see their relationship. It was a sweet book about healing from grief and how grief is complicated because you start to focus on all the good and amazing parts of the person that you have lost, and you forget the little details that actually hurt you. And sometimes after they're gone, you find very, very horrible truths about them, and at that point you're mad at them, but you're also grieving them. So you're like, they're gone, am I even allowed to be sad or mad or hurt? And that's a very complex thing to go through. And I like the fact that this book was talking about that. I wanted a romance, especially a Christmas romance from it, and it was just not that. Okay, it was lacking in that aspect of it, but other things was fine. It was funny, it was cute. I loved the relationship between Henry and the children. I loved the process of going through grief in holidays. It was just a very great book. Oh, another thing that I really did not see in this book was the movie marathon. They watched maybe 4 or 5 movies. They watched 4 or 5 movies. That's it. That's not a movie marathon. They watch like one every other night. Maybe less. And I was like, why did you name it that when they are not having a movie marathon? Or maybe my definition of movie marathon is different. I mean, I read at this point, this was my 4th book. So I read 4 books in 6 days. Yes. I'm not calling this a book marathon. I would have called it a book marathon if I had read, I don't know, 12 to 15 books in 6 days. That's a marathon. This was not. So I was like, weird way of naming the book when you were not going to hold a movie marathon. But fine. Overall, I enjoyed it. I'm giving it 3.5 stars. Yeah, that seems fair. I'm going to give it 3.5. The Christmas Wives I'm going to give 2. Because it was not about Christmas. It was just set in Christmas. So that's 2. And the relationship between these 2 I'm going to give 1. I'm so sorry. It was just not there for me. And I really wanted to end this vlog on a very higher note. But apparently our time has run out, and so have our books. So overall, it was a good experience. I read 3 books that I loved. I DNF'd one, which was a me problem, and the other one was fine. It didn't bother me. It was just not what I wanted. So at the end, I'm going to count this vlog as a win. I hope you have a very, very, very great Christmas. I hope you're very happy, you enjoy it with your family. If you have lost people that you love, I am so sorry, and I hope that and I wish you patience and healing. I hope you have a great holiday season, and I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. This was my dream. I love doing this with you. It was one of the most fun vlogs I've ever had on this channel, and I enjoy doing it so, so, so much. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Love you. Bye bye.